against Sacramento.
And believe it or not, it wasn't that led the charge for them in that win. It was about the role players. I mean, the guys who they don't usually count on for the lion's share of their points came through.
Guys, simply a complete team performance, and road wins where everybody contributes really can galvanize a team and bring it together.
Here's the starting group for the Indiana Pacers. Paul George is out there with Jeremy Evans. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's the general in at the point.
Such a height mismatch out on the perimeter, and they give up the triple.
He feeds it to George. It's good. Makes his first shot of the game.
Uh-oh, a little showboating at the end of that one.
And it's Seattle with the ball. Fresh from a win against the Nuggets.
And you know what? Exactly what had to be done in terms of winning on the road. Never allowed any momentum to build up against them. Kept the crowd out of the game. And for every punch they took, they had a counter.
I was very impressed, Greg, with the way they stood their ground, even when they were on their heels some, coming through those moments where they were backing up a bit. That's what it takes on the road. You got to show that kind of fortitude and resilience.
Here's Law, and another basket for Seattle.
Could be the first of a lot of mid-range jumpers that we see from him.
On defense, Seattle. It's a 5-point game. They went to Indiana for their last meeting with the Pacers and came out with a win.
Yeah, and last time they faced off, really an easy win. They put together a pretty complete game, but their edge on the glass, for me, still stands out.
Yeah, I agree with you. The numbers shout loud and strong. I mean, a major edge for them clearing the backboards, and that was the difference on the scoreboard, too.
For Seattle, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for them to start off this game. Dishes it to Randall, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Randall. Pacers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Screen by Cousins. And George, here we go. It's deflected. And here's the fast break. Randall leading it all the way. Law misses.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And pushing it up. Here's Seattle. No one near Randall as he lets it go. And too long on the shot. George with the ball. A 32-point game for him in the win against the Kings in Sacramento. And it's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Shot clock at 6. Here's the general. And once again off the mark by Indiana. Seattle leading by 3. Cherry. And Big Daddy picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, not afraid of the physical play, but he still needs to stay under control.
Yeah, he obviously was not under control right there. Not much doubt he was going to get whistled for the over-the-back call.
Pass to the general. The 3 ball. And it's blocked. And they're pushing it up. Trips down the breakaway slam.
Punches it down with pop.
Rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
I tell you what, they're not backing off at all, are they?
Passes it to George. Puts one up from 19. Cherry grabs the board.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
That's good. Red Hot's got 5 minutes.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
Here's the general. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Butler. Cherry grabs the board.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot.
His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And you know what? He doesn't mind getting his hands dirty when it comes to really fighting on the backboard.
Outside, George. Evans setting the pick for George. George missing again.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
The lead pushed to double digits. Randall's got his first basket.
And it's like raining buckets right now. I wonder if this is the early stages of a blowout.
Well, we've got to be careful. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves just yet. But it has been pretty ugly so far, no doubt about that.
1:36 left here in the opening quarter. Kicks it to Cousins. To the paint. And Evans with a stuff.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flow.
Cherry. And the rejection by Cousins. Pacers trail by 9. It's stolen by Randall. Throws it up high.
And there are more points tacked on here to the early lead.
And it's a nice lead as well. I mean, it's no mystery how they've done it. They're attacking the basket.
Indiana's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. 41 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. George, no good.
I think he's got to regroup and get himself together here. I mean, something's gone wrong with him this quarter. He's really fallen off.
Cherry's shot is good.
Guys, you just can't imagine how difficult it is to hit a shot that deep. Man, that was as sweet as honey.
And I was looking over at the opposing bench. They couldn't believe it either.
And the Pacers with possession here. They trail by 14. Outside Butler. To the right side. 5 on the clock. And Cousins gets it to go.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Here's Cherry. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. First trip to the line for him here.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Guys, he's slightly fallen off his pace from a year ago at the line. And those points from the stripe have been a little harder to come by.
Outside, George. He got it up. And it would have counted had it fallen. And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. Still ahead, they lead by 14. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for Seattle.
Great hustle defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the block shots.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
They've got Red Hot. Chandler out there with Big Daddy. Then it's Randall. And it's Law in at the 2 spot. They're the group for Seattle starting the second.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yep, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Here's the Wizard. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Kings in Sacramento. Good!
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Clearly, they've been the aggressors thus far when it comes to attacking the interior in this first half. And what a beautiful way to polish off that sequence. Just strong at attacking the rim.
That just puts a little more momentum on their side, don't you think?
Absolutely.
The defense got to tighten up now. I mean, you can't have the opposing point guard throwing down on you like that.
And the defense scattered all over the place on the break. Nice job finding the wide open three.
You look at Big Daddy, what a contribution.
I mean, he's getting to the rack all game, and if they can't do a better job of keeping him out of the paint, they're in for a long night.
T's checked in for Randall. Pacers trail by 16. Poked away. Here's Cherry. That jam! I mean, just beautiful.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. Seattle leading by 16. And they call an illegal screen here. And now let's take a look at the most efficient scoring teams in the NBA.
Just tremendously disciplined offensively, always looking for the best possible shot. That's how they've gotten that field goal percentage to skyrocket.
Indiana's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Stolen away. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. And they're moving it up. On up the court. Shot's good. The Wizards got 5 points now this quarter.
Still trailing, but their offense is off life support here in the second quarter. It's got a pulse.
Good point, Clark. They're starting to make some shots, looking to try and get back in this one. And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. It's on Tyson Chandler. The Pacers shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. And that one misses. And Seattle making a change here. And he's good on the second. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. To the middle. Here's Cherry. And the layup's good off the glass. Big Daddy's got 15 points.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
And the pass to Big Dog. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Now looking now at the numbers for Big Daddy. Unbelievable play for him over the last month. First in scoring, first in rebounding, and with his incredible court vision, he's first in the league in assists per game.
And I tell you what, his scoring abilities are almost otherworldly. I mean, no one's been able to slow him down or even come close.
The generally's checked in for Indiana.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Yeah, I like everything you said there, because when all else fails, if you can get to the stripe, that's really a good way to change the momentum in the game, because you get points and you also slow down the opponent because the game isn't going up and down as much.
Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. The Generals got 4 points this quarter. Out of bounds, Indiana takes possession. Already it's February. Hard to believe. Let's see how the West is matching up. Taking a look at Seattle. And not a surprise, really, to see them sitting there in that #1 spot in the conference. The excellent brand of basketball they've been putting on display lately has been terrific. And checking out the Lakers, 7 games back.
And I think for Seattle, as talented a team as they are, has performed at a very high level this season. Everything's gone according to plan up to this point.
And they're not a team that other teams look forward to facing. They're only going to get scarier the deeper into the season we get.
Seattle leading by 10. Pass to Billar. Right wing. It's deflected. Here's Cherry. Pass to Billar. Some nice ball movement here by Seattle. They get it back. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today. There's a glaring discrepancy between these teams in that area of the game.
And it's been the difference. That's what's enabled them to build such a big lead, no doubt about it.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Dwayne Dedmon. Jeremy Evans comes in for Big Dog. And George is subbed in for Jimmy Butler. And it's Evans missing.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Cherry passes to Cherry. 1:51 left in the first half of the game. Feeds it to Evans. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came upright with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. Look at Big Daddy. What a contribution.
He just continues to light them up. They're going to have to find a way to make him work harder for his points.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Frank Vogel addressing his team. He told his guys, be patient at the offensive end. Whatever we do, we cannot waste possessions with bad shot selection. And before the huddle broke up, he mentioned playing active defense in transition, telling his guys to be very quick to get back when the ball changes hands. I'm sure Coach is hoping those changes turn the tide in this game and shrink the deficit before halftime. Back to you, Kevin.
And as always, Doris, thank you. Randall, no good. Pacers trail by 13. Here's the general. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. That's now 8 points for the general.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there. Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
And there's the feed to George. Here's the Wizard. He has 6. He dishes it to George. Here's the general. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Cherry. Here's Cherry. It drops. That's his 9th field goal of the contest. A blistering hot 9 for 11.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
To the left side wing. Here's the Wizard. It's blocked. Shoots. The putback. A follow-up flush. And Seattle leads by 13.
This is just great anticipation. The putback jam.
Oh, he had some big-time intentions right there.
And those plays, guys, will give the entire team a boost.
Both loose, and we finished one half of basketball. Seattle leads by 13. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. And, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the home team.
What stood out to me more than anything else was how hard they got after it on the offensive glass. They were keeping possessions alive and converting those rebounds into points. Take away those extra points, they're not in this position, Ernie.
And, Kenny, let's get your input on the Pacers.
Well, they're facing a very hot team in the first half. I mean, guys are shooting the ball lights out. But you have to do more to get stops. I mean, tough defense is the key. And if you put pressure on the ball and more bodying up down low, that's going to establish more aggressive tone that might shut them down in the second half.
And that's going to do it for now as the second half is almost ready to get started. Back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. We're going to sit right here and wait for the end of the game and talk at you again.
first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started.
What a performance. Just look at the game for Big Daddy. 19 points and a couple of nice steals, too. He's piling up the rejections to go along with the tremendous work he's done on the glass.
It's been about the paint and the way he's been able to control it all game long.
Seattle leading by 13. Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. On the court for Indiana, they've got Jeremy Evans. Jimmy Butler is out there with the general. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's George in at the small forward position. Here's Cherry. Wing shot on the way, and it's good off the glass. Big Daddy's got the opening bucket to start the second half for Seattle. The general passes to Butler. Here's the general. He's looking for Cousins and finds him. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. To the inside, and stolen by Butler. Passes it to the general. Back to Butler. Off the screen. And he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
And that's such solid, fundamental basketball on display right there, guys.
You talk about it all the time, Greg. Yeah, great use of the pick to set up the dunk.
And, guys, it was a terrific understanding between teammates that made that possible. They really did read each other well there.
Seattle shooting their fourth and fifth shots at the foul line in the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Yeah, guys, they can feel very good about themselves when you bring up those statistics. Impressive numbers.
Pacers trail by 15. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Randall against George. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it. George has got 6 points.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
Now, here's George. Uses the glass to finish the layup. He's got 8.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half. Oh, wow.
Beautiful jam.
Sublime stuff, guys. Absolutely sublime.
Clark, he's going to start putting on a show now.
And that's usually how it goes. Once they get that lead, it's almost like they give him free reign.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. Pacers trail by 13. The pass to the general. The kick outside to Butler. Up top, Cousins. Outside Butler. Cousins with a screen for Butler. Five to shoot. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Butler's got 8.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you'd think his team would have the lead.
And that's a foul called on Jeremy Evans. That's his third foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Guys, he's having the ball up there. I mean, we knew going in that he'd have an advantage on the glass, but I didn't think he could be this dominant. What a difference.
And so here is Indiana. It's a 13-point game. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. The Pacers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for. Around 80% on the season.
Yeah, in general, they've been very solid. I mean, free throw shooting isn't something they've had to worry about too much this season, guys.
And Seattle making a change here. Waz checked in. Sherry's shot is good.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Just no resistance on the interior.
And so here is Indiana, trailing by 13. Here's Cherry. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying Clark to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, Clark?
Yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint. That's for sure.
Out to the right wing. Here's Randall, and it's Seattle with another.
The shooting percentage continues to elevate here in the second half.
Well, as a group, they've been harmonic since the break. In sync. Good team basketball resulting in high-quality shots.
And stolen by Butler. Poked away. The dish to Cousins. He kicks it to Butler. Pulls up on the elbow. George against Randall. Shot clock at 6. And George, here we go. It's tipped.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
And it's all one-way traffic tonight, boy. They have been lights out offensively.
And there's no telling how big that lead's going to get. But, again, it's just one game, but nonetheless a very impressive one, the way they've handled their business here.
Here's Cousins after the basket by Seattle. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
And that's not the best of shot selection there. The defense definitely won that possession.
Yeah, I think in that case you got to go elsewhere with the ball. You just can't rise up over the top of him when he's on you.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Butler kicks to Cousins. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. Dishes to Law. The offensive rebound. Randall passes to Cherry. Offline from the high post. Pacers trail by 21. And Big Daddy picks up the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for DeMarcus Cousins. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
The Pacers have gone 4 of 6 so far from the line, missing a couple. First one falls for him.
What a game we've seen here for Butler. He has 9 points, and he's come away with 2 steals as well. He's blown up some plays out there.
And it also shows you the importance of intelligence as a defender, because he has been a nightmare on the ball.
Here's Cherry. He's got 19. There's the 3. No good.
He's not exactly striping them from deep. He had 1 3-ball in the first half, still bageled in the second.
Back to Butler. 14 feet away, and it's good off the back rim and in. Butler's got 8 points here in this quarter.
He's definitely turned things around in this game. I mean, he was more of a background player in the first half. He's jumped to center stage now.
You got to be kidding me. I mean, that's a point guard playing like a power forward.
And he can do a little bit of everything out there.
Yeah, he torches defenders in all kinds of ways. When he's on the floor, he's a matchup headache.
George against Randall. Takes the 13-footer. George, no good.
Boy, they were ready for him right there. I mean, totally collapsed the defense on him.
And here at the end of the 3rd quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Seattle ahead, up 19. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The 4th quarter is coming up next. Getting underway here in the 4th quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. Pacers trail by 19. Red Hatter's out there with Martin. Then it's Randall. And it's Big Daddy. And it's Chandler in at the center. That's the lineup in the game for Seattle. And that one's good.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Pass to Cherry. From deep. Goes back up. Puts up the baby hook. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Wow, this game just a commanding performance for Red Hot. 8 rebounds and a huge helping of assists as well.
No doubt about it. He's the conductor, the band leader, Clark. And this offense has really performed at a high level.
Cherry. At the line for 2.
And so he makes both from the line.
Can you believe the job they're doing at the foul line since halftime? I mean, they've been perfect so far.
Yeah, as cool as can be, Clark. Great focus and efficiency. That's how they built this lead.
Now, here's George. Pass to Big Dog. From the arc. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 4 assists in the game.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They've got to get more intense.
Cherry can't get it to go.
And although he doesn't quite get the block, he does get the missed field goal attempt because of his ability to alter the shot.
Well, almost as effective as a block. I mean, made him completely change his release point, and I think that caused the miss.
That's good. And that's 13 points for the General.
Man, that is not an easy shot right there. I mean, he had to get it off over a much taller defender.
Yeah, he needed to add just a little more loft on that one because of the size mismatch, and he did it perfectly.
Now, here's George. And a miss there on the triple. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And that's out of bounds. Seattle will retain possession.
And you can tell that pass just hung in the air for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. Long enough for him to get a hand on it and knock it out of play.
The Pacers making a switch here. Cousins is checked in.
And as far as jump shots go, that's what you have to continue to try and get.
I don't know how that one stayed out.
Inside. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Pacers trail by 13. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Here's George. 11 feet out, and he hits it. Seattle has gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And the rejection by Cousins.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Nobody near George. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead.
They needed a run desperately, and boy, did they come up big.
And you know, it wasn't just about getting hot offensively. Defensively, they've been stellar as well.
Really just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last game.
Passes it to the General. He feeds it to Cousins. The open shot, Randall. Kept alive. The pass to Cherry. Down low. And stolen by Cousins. To the right side. Here's Hurley. And again, it's Indiana.
And you've got to love the energy right now. They got hot when they absolutely had to.
And really the focus right now is to stay hot. Not much time left to complete this comeback, so they've got to get it done now.
And it's Big Dog with the foul. That's his third foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Jeremy Evans checks in for Big Dog. And the shot is good. That's 29 points for Big Daddy.
No hesitation when he saw the space the D was giving him. That's two. Yeah, too many easy buckets coming from inside, and I think he wants to make that a point of emphasis.
I would certainly think so. I mean, if they keep giving up those kinds of easy looks inside, they'll be in big trouble.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
I was able to listen in on what Frank Bogle had to say to his team. He is not pleased with the score and implored them to try to make a push right now, saying, "We don't have time, fellas. If we can't make a dent soon, I'll have to pull the plug." Pretty blunt, Kevin. Back to you.
Guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for Seattle?
Well, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long. I tell you what, he clearly had a brain freeze on that one. You might just as well keep going straight to the bench.
There's 1:54 left in the fourth quarter. And he gets it to go. George has got 10 points in just the second half.
It's really been a tale of two halves, guys. A slow start, but this quarter, he has really been the man.
Cherry. No good off the front iron.
A key rebound there, but they can do a little better on the glass here down the stretch.
Guys, it's been their weakness to this point in the game, but they're still alive.
Some nice passing here by Indiana. Screen by Cousins. Shot clock at 6. And Big Daddy picks up the foul. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. And the Pacers call time here. They're trailing by 8. We've got 1:23 left in the fourth quarter. We've got 1:23 left in the fourth quarter. Seattle leading by 8. Down low. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
Outside, George tries it from 9. The shot is off. Seattle goes the other way with it. Their biggest lead of the game was 21.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for Seattle.
Agreed, Steve. And guys, the fast break was run, I thought, beautifully all night by these guys. Clark, I think that was a big part of their success.
I love the way they scored fast break points tonight here. It was a key factor in coming out on top.
And the effort here tonight, adding to the W column for the season. It will go down as their 48th win.
And playing this team only twice on the year, they have to feel good about their strategy and execution, as tonight they complete a season series sweep against the Pacers.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Big Daddy. There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
A platoon swap here for Seattle. The Pacers also changing it up. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Cousins. Big Dog comes in for Jeremy Evans. And it's the Wizard in for Paul George. Chandler inside the line. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Well, if it wasn't out of reach, it is now, thanks to that last little spurt.
And why put the brakes on now? I just say keep on letting it fly.
Timeout called the Pacers. They're down by 9. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth. One second separating the shot clock and game clock. Pass to the general. Lets it go with a 3. And that one's good. And it's Seattle with the ball. 6-point lead. And an intentional foul right there. Pass to Bullar. And now they decide to foul intentionally. He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point game. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Big Dog, the pass to the general. Misses the 3. Here's Cherry. Can't get it to fall. And so it's Seattle winning this one. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
Well, you know, it makes a big difference. I mean, you never felt like they had any doubts that they'd come out on top.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. And now
the 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson. Got Shaquille O'Neal, got Kenny the Jet Smith. Without further ado, let's take a look at our Jordan Player of the Game.
Fan base that loves their star more than this crowd. Wow. You get jealous. He feeds off that support. Once they got behind him, he became unstoppable, man.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a great night.